I would have found a way to have more fun and to
Ah,
enjoy the journey more. Um, my experience, I think, was well. I don't know. Everybody's is unique, but it felt unique in that there was so much struggle wrapped up in it, and I'm not sure whether struggle is what it was or struggle was what I created it to be because I
yeah.
needed it that way.
Yeah, you needed it to be a struggle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And there's something again. I've worked with a lot of founders since then, and there's a common thread here, and that is we're crazy enough to start something and put our lives, our livelihood, our families, our health on the line. So there's something wrong with us in a good way. And then something happens. You get, there's I call them thermal layers. There's getting to a million is like impossible. It'll never happen. And then it does. And you kind of wake up and you go, well, it's amazing, but not much has changed. Like
Hmm.
life isn't that much better. You're still scrapping, you're still struggling. If you can get to about 2 million, things start to get a little bit better, right?
Hmm.
You actually have a decent office. Maybe you're, God forbid, paying yourself. The problem then comes, you've actually reached the limit of what you can do on your own through sheer force of will, right? To me, everything up to a million or 2 million is all force of will. You don't know how to run a company. I didn't know how to lead. I didn't know how to build systems. I knew how to work my butt off. Um, I knew how to make sure everybody else was doing what I would be doing if it was me doing it, but that simply doesn't scale.
Hmm.
And I waited way too long to figure out how to make that switch. I don't know that I could have done it another way, but my answer to everything was always, well, work harder, more intensity,
Yeah.
and demand the same from others.
Right.
And that eventually wears you out, right? Being on the other side of that and working with a lot of founders these days, the journey tends to be about how do you get your hands off the wheel? How do you actually start to find other people who can not just do what you would do, but actually support you, actually build the business? And it's probably the most difficult transition there is. But um, as scary as it sounds, things are going to go the way they're going to go. The question is, are you going to survive the journey, literally, right? Physically, and then also figuratively. Are you going to enjoy it? Are you going to
Yeah.
appreciate the gift that it is, whether it works out or not?
Yeah.